Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? What a terribly exciting game week we have in store. Just posting on X to get some folks over here. Mr. Knuckles, hello. Power Deep, hello, my friend. How are you all doing? Oh my goodness, it is a very exciting time in FPL land. How is everyone feeling? So what do we do here? Let me present this. Now, how does this look if I share my screen? Yeah, it is kind of crazy. Even I feel like I was really clear on my how does that look? I even went to trouble and made a new graphic for the stream. Oh, it actually fits really nicely. There we go. Yes, Poundy, I agree. And even I was just doing a bit of last minute research there. And contrary to my videos this week, I suddenly had myself going, oh shit, should I wildcard and bench boost? Indefinite, yeah. That is a feeling. Link for the league, and I'm gonna post it here. I'm gonna pin it, so if anyone wants to join the league. Team, how's everyone's teams and everything looking? What are we doing this week? So I'm kind of halfway through my dinner as well. So please excuse me. But needs must on a busy Friday. So this graphic, I haven't actually made my transfer yet, but this graphic shows that I'm pretty set on doing Enzo Fernandez to Rice. So this is how my team will line up. And I will be captaining Bruno Fernandes. How's everyone feeling about their chip strategy? Can I get a feel for the room? Do we have wildcarders? If so, do you need help with your wildcard draft? Do we have non-wildcarders? Yeah, please, Poendeep. Far away. I'm here to help. Hopefully. Oh, I just noticed that Dango on that graphic is in his Bournemouth kit, but he's of course playing for Brentford now. Here is my team: Dubravka, Virgil, Gabriel, Chow, Dango, Wilson, Fernandez, Soboslai, Palmer, Haaland, Thiago. Bench: Allison. Is he injured? Michele, Gui, Rodon. And Powendy, what chips do you have left? How many free transfers do you have? And how much budget do you have? Mr. Knuckles, what's your wildcard draft looking like? Make me jealous. So, wow, okay. So Powendy, you're in a great position. So I can see why you're split. You could go either way with this team. If I was to be like critical of your team, I would say you probably could upgrade, or you could upgrade Dubravka, you could upgrade Chow, as in game week 32. You could upgrade Dubravka, Chow. Wilson probably wouldn't be starting. Ideally, I've got Wilson on my bench, but the rest is really strong. I think the challenge that you have, Powendy, is that because you've got all your chips, you're actually going to struggle to use them effectively unless you start using them now, basically. And I feel like the game week 36 or wherever the Man City double falls, like if Haaland has, is it Brentford and Palace at home in 36? That's triple captain all day. So you don't want to be blocking yourself with like a bench boost or your free hit there. Personally, Powendy, if I had all my chips, okay, cool. So you don't have a triple captain. Yeah, okay. So you're in a fairly similar position to me. You've got an extra free transfer, and I think you've got a little bit more in the bank than me. Yeah, you do. You've got a bit more in the bank than me. And Powendy, how does your team look like? Because the reason that I don't want a wild card is like, I really love my team. If you look at my team there, after doing Enzo to Rice, I really don't see. I know there's potential minutes for Sverker, and you could maybe say that Njai away at Brentford isn't a great fixture, but he's on penalties, you know, and he got me a 10-pointer just before the break. I think you have a slightly weaker team than me. It's still a very good team, but I think yours is slightly weaker. So, but you've got an extra free transfer. But you wouldn't be doing a goalkeeper sub. Who's Dubravka by? Oh, Dubravka's got Brighton at home, right? So that's not a terrible fixture. Chow is Palace away. It's a really tough one, Powendy. Very similar to my team. There's going to be pros and cons to each path that you take. What's your like position like, Powendy? Are you kind of happy with your rank, or are you chasing? Because I believe that the majority of managers, probably not loads, but probably 60% of managers will be wildcarding this week. So if you're chasing, you might want to consider the alternative of the free hit. For me, I'm not chasing at all. Like, I'm pretty happy with my rank. I'm 78k, and I want to try and do top 20, top 10k ideally, top 50 at a minimum. So it does feel a little bit counterintuitive that I'm not going with the herd, but I just really like this team. And I also don't love, I was looking at some wildcard drafts on X earlier, and I'm not even like massively, because pretty much everyone's going to probably have Raya and Gabriel on a bench boost. I don't think Arsenal are keeping a clean sheet away at City. I think City are going to win that match. Arsenal froze in the Carabao Cup final. I think City are on the ascendancy. I think City are going to, yeah, there's no clean sheet for Arsenal at the Etihad. So it was then basically like Bruno Fernandes away at Chelsea, which, yeah, okay, Bruno could do well away at Chelsea. And then like a Leeds defender. Like that could be like an 8 to 10 point bench boost, which, you know, is fine. But I would back myself to get 8 to 10 points in like a blank game week. Oh, single game week bench boost, like in 36 or 35 or 37. So I don't know. I totally get it. I think the wildcard in 35 is suboptimal, but I also think that wildcarding, I also think I'm going to make points gains potentially on wildcarders this week, because wildcarders are going to have to play triple City, probably double Chelsea, potentially an Bournemouth asset away at Arsenal, if not one but two Leeds assets away at Old Trafford. I think that I'll probably get a green arrow this week, but then a red arrow next. So it kind of will it all just balance out? And Power and Deep, are you happy with that rank? Like, are you really looking to chase, or are you kind of happy? Mr. Knuckles, wildcarding. Raya, Nunes, Van Hecke, Gabriel, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Anderson, Wilson, Welbeck, Thiago, Haaland. Bench, Kelleher, Richard Silva. Sorry, Mr. Knuckles, is that the team that you're wildcarding into, or is that your current team? Hey, Bruno Fernandes, how are you, my friend? How's your team looking? What's your strategy? I want to maintain my rank. Thanks, Josh. What do you suggest on Dubravka, Chow, and Wilson to which players? So I assume if you're looking for transfer advice, you'll be not wildcarding. So you're going to look to upgrade those players. So you want players who are going to do well over game week 32 and 34. So my advice would be, you want to be looking at Arsenal. You already have Gabriel. So I would advise you to be trying to get Wilson up to Rice, because he's got a really nice fixture this game week, and he has Newcastle at home in 34. What Liverpool do you have? You've got Virgil, you've got Szoboszlai. I have to say, I think West Ham are nice. Could you try and get... No, you don't have a... Chow could be like a Mavropanos or a Diouf. I really like Bowen. Power and Deep, I would have suggested Bowen, but you're not looking to upgrade your striker. Mr. Knuckles, are you bench boosting in? Yeah, you are. You're bench boosting in 33, right? Your team is quite light on doublers, Mr. Knuckles, if you're bench boosting. So you've not got a doubling goalkeeper because you've got Raya and Kelleher. So Nunes will double, Van Hecke will double, Gabriel doesn't double, Bruno doesn't double, Semenyo doubles, Anderson doesn't, Wilson doesn't, Welbeck does, Thiago doesn't, Haaland does, Richard doesn't, Hill does, Garner doesn't. You've got a real blend of doublers and not. Do you have your free hit chip, Mr. Knuckles? Because if you don't, I guess that would make sense. You do have your free hit chip. It's okay, we can help you. You've got plenty of time. You've got 45 minutes. Okay, so if you've got your free hit chip, my advice would be you should try and get more doublers into your team. So I think you should try and be getting Palmer into your wildcard draft, Joao Pedro. There are concerns about Welbeck not being, because I think Brighton are Saturday, Tuesday, and Welbeck being a bit older with his injury record. I wonder if Welbeck starts both those matches. If I was wildcarding and I have my free hit and I'm looking to maximize the bench boost, I think keeping Raya is fine, but I think you'd probably want to have Verbruggen or Carl Darlow as your other goalkeeper. I think Nunes makes sense. Personally, I would be having O'Reilly from City. I would have my triple City would be O'Reilly, Semenyo, Haaland. I think it's fine to keep Raya and Gabriel. So that's 5. I would suggest you do at least double Chelsea, which would be Palmer and Joao Pedro. That's 7. I would want some Bournemouth assets in there. So I would do Tavernier, possibly Senesi. And then Van Hecke, you've already got. That's 10. You could do, so sorry, I would also, and then Leeds, I would have Darlow, Strike, the defender, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I probably wouldn't have Welbeck. My front 3 would be Calvert-Lewin, Haaland. I'm trying to do all this off the top of my head. I should just get my team up that I built the video around. Yeah, I do Calvert-Lewin, Haaland, Joao Pedro in the front 3. Semenyo, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes. I think I had Gross from Brighton, Gross, and Tavernier. And then one of Darlow or Verbruggen and Raya in goal. And then you do O'Reilly, Gabriel, Van Hecke, Senesi, and Strack. Is that everyone? Those are the players that I'd be playing with, Mr. Knuckles, because that really bumps up. That squad, give or take, would give you 12 to 13. No, actually no, because you've got Gabriel, Raya, Bruno. Yeah, it would give you 11 to 12 doublers in game week 33, and your bench would be Raya and Gabriel away at Man City, Bruno Fernandes away at Chelsea, and then a doubler, so probably like a Leeds defender or a Bournemouth defender. Sorry, Power and Deep, I'm just trying to help you as well. So yeah, I would try and get Rice. I'd try and get triple Arsenal. I'm just looking at who've got nice fixtures. I'd be looking to get triple Arsenal. I'd look at Liverpool. Man United have good fixtures. They've got Leeds at home in 32 and Brentford at home in 34. Sunderland have Spurs at home, Forest at home. And West Ham have Wolves at home and Everton at home. So you could do Mavropanos. I know you don't need a forward, but Bowen, I really like Bowen. I think Bruno Fernandes, you said you like Bowen. So yeah, these are the types of players I'd be looking at. And I feel like there's these two tracks of thought. There's the wild card for Mr. Knuckles, and then there's the non-wild carders. So Bruno, you're on free hit like me. Wildcard 35, plan to roll my team, looks decent, but I'm worried Ekitike might get benched against Fulham. Have Wilson and Lafayette might start running instead of Ekitike. Yeah, I don't know about Ekitike. I'm going to start him and just see what happens. I think 60 minutes of Ekitike at home to Fulham, and if he gets benched, he gets benched. Yeah, he'll come on for 30 minutes. He could score. But yeah, you could do Bowen. I do really like Bowen. I could also be tempted to do Bowen this week. What have I got? Have I got 2 free transfers? Yeah, so after Enzo to Rice, I've got 2 free transfers. So I could also do Ekitike to. That could actually be a nice way to kind of bolster this team going into 34 as well. Which goalkeeper to bring in? I must sell Alisson Becker. He is out. Regarding strikers, how to fit 3 strikers, Thiago, Haaland and Bowen. What formation would be the best then? So Parandeep, yeah. Goalkeepers. You could do West Ham goalkeeper. You already have double Arsenal, don't you? So I'm struggling to keep up with everyone's teams here. No, you've only got. You don't have Raya, do you? Could you try and get Raya in? Yeah, you've only got Gabriel, right? If you can get Raya, try and get Raya in as your goalkeeper. Or you could do a cheap budget at Anderson at West Ham, or you could do Lamans at Manchester United. They've got 2 nice home fixtures in 32 and 34. Yeah, Thiago, Haaland, Bowen, and then I'd play 3-4-3 formation, same as me. Yeah, fair enough, Mr. Knuckles. I think Nunes is probably slightly more nailed. Mr. Knuckles, if you want nailed minutes, I'd go Mark Gahey. I'd go Gahey at centre-back. He's got less attacking threat, but I think he is absolutely locked for minutes in that defence with Ruben Diaz injured and Kusanov, and I think Gvardiol's still set to be out for a long time. So if you want guaranteed minutes, yeah, Gahey could be an option as well. Hey, Colin, how are you, my friend? Here now to make a decision on this complex week. Yeah, I was planning on your original work. I just watched a video from 2 says about Arsenal not having double. Yeah, so Arsenal losing in the FA Cup really put the cat amongst the pigeons, and then West Ham as well. If Arsenal and West Ham, I'd be 100% wildcard bench boost. The real problem I have is that I feel like my team in 32 is much worse than this one, and then I'm needing to, or I'm wanting a lot of my Arsenal back in 35. I know that you can kind of hedge, and maybe I could just hedge, but yeah. So I will have 3, 2, 3. I've got 2 right now. I've used 1 to bring in Enzo to Rice, so I've got 2. I'll then free hit. So I'll have 3. Is my maths correct there? And Rodon is flagged, but for me, I've got 11 players in 34. So unless Rodon's not, so like I could navigate 34 without taking a hit, unless I get, you know, really unlucky with injuries and suspensions, I should be fine for 34. Yeah, Colin, it is very team dependent, and I'm just lucky because I've got 2 free transfers in the bank, and I'm able, as I say, to field a full 11 and 34. If you're not able to do that and you have low transfers, I think a wildcard 32 is absolutely fine. I think wildcard 32 is still a brilliant strategy. It's just not quite as appealing as it was. And I just have this thing where I almost can't bring myself to wildcard this team. I'm really happy with this team. So yeah. Bruno, you've got me really considering doing Ekitike to Bowen now. Hey Roma, how are you, my friend? I don't think we've met before. Welcome to the stream. I'm on pretty much a template wildcard 32 now. However, I have 1 free transfer left, and I don't know if I should keep Gabriel this week and then sell him for a double game defender in 33. Oh, so sorry, your team is the kind of wildcard template without wildcarding. And I don't know if I should keep Gabriel this week and then sell him. Yeah, keep Gabriel this week. If I understand you correctly, you're not wildcarding, so keep him. Oh, you're on a wildcard. Okay, cool. Look, I think the Gabriel thing is. I think it's fine to make a decision either way. Personally, the Gabriel and Raya thing were 2 of the big reasons why I didn't want a wildcard, because if I was going to wildcard, I'd really want to maximize. If I was going to wildcard, I would go all in on the bench boost. So I would probably look to have 13, 14 doublers plus Bruno Fernandes. And then I'd figure out a way to try and get Arsenal in later. Now, there is a reality team where Arsenal go and either get a draw or even beat Man City. I don't think they will. But if they kind of win the league, or, suddenly Arsenal assets from 35 onwards are not, as appealing or as essential. So you could be laughing having wildcarded them all out and be free to explore other options. I am taking a bit of a risk in saying that I'm not wilding because I don't want to get rid of my Arsenal assets, but then I might not want them anyway. So it is tough. So Roma and is it Boostmeister? Hello again, my friend. I don't think we've met before. Welcome to the stream. But you need to have a think about how you want to play the game with the Gabriel piece, because keeping Gabriel to play him on a bench boost is kind of hedging, right? I think Gabriel at most gets DEFCON away to City. So you're looking at possibly 4 points on a bench boost, which, wouldn't be bad. I think Raya gets 2, if not 1. So you'd be looking at the 2 Arsenal assets getting like, let's say 5 points, best case scenario from the 2 of them. However, if you really want to go in on your bench boost, and if you're chasing, I'd encourage you to try and get as many doublers as you can and really go after that bench boost. But if you're kind of like happy with your rank and you want Gabriel from 34 onwards, then yeah, he's fine to have on a bench boost and you just play him and hope for the best. He might get you a bullet header from the back post. You never know. So Roma, it comes to if I want to have at least 1 Palace asset -4 here. Yeah, I think Palace are okay. I wouldn't necessarily say that Palace would be kind of worth ripping your team up to keep. Personally, I would rather have a Gabriel. For me, Gabriel is a season hold, and then Palace, if you can bring 1 or 2 in, great, but I wouldn't be taking too many hits necessarily. So right now, Roma, I wouldn't be worrying about game week 36. That game week double isn't even confirmed yet. It's likely, but I would encourage you to try and focus on 32, 33, 34. Beyond that, we can figure it out. Lots can happen between now and then. I I have a very love-hate relationship with Minte, Mr. Knuckles. He absolutely trolled me when I brought him in over the Christmas period. And Fabian Hertzler, the manager, made some pretty negative comments about him. Apparently he wasn't training well or some other stuff. So I know he's kind of back and I know he scored, but as I understand it, I think him and Mitoma are going to potentially rotate for minutes. So I would personally, if you're circling around a Brighton midfielder, which it sounds like you are, unless you're looking for a really big upside, I would go Pascal Gross. Pretty boring, I know, set pieces and all that, but yeah, I would be doing that because he's got minutes guaranteed. He's on set pieces. Just seeing if there's anything coming through the wire on X. No worries, Roma. Ah, that's really kind to hear, Roma. I think I actually remember your name, mate. But yeah, thanks so much for joining and appreciate it. Yeah, I'm forever grateful to Oscar and FPL Focal for supporting the channel. But appreciate it, mate, and thank you so much for joining. Hope it's all good. No, absolutely no offense taken if you want to jump over now to FPL Focal's deadline stream to to get some proper advice. But yeah, hopefully it was helpful. Yeah, absolutely. It's always great to get input, but in my experience, having played this game a long time, 17 seasons, if you go with someone else's advice and you don't trust either your first, not so much even your first thought, but usually for me, your gut is the strongest indicator. Like if someone came onto the stream and was like, nah, I'm wildcarding, and then I convinced them to free hit and it didn't work out for them, first off, they're going to be really pissed off with me. And secondly, they're going to be pissed off with themselves. And the lessons I've learned from running this channel have been when I've done like a poll or when I've asked people in the chat and I've gone against what my initial like gut was telling me and it didn't pay off, that's left me way more frustrated and angry with the game and myself because I've not listened to my gut. Whereas if I was like, no, I want a wild card, or I want to, and this is what I feel is, I was dead set on the Game Week 32 wildcard, and then when I sat down and was planning it, something just didn't feel right. And don't get me wrong, this free hit 33 strategy might blow up in my face. You guys wildcard bench boosting next week might get like 100+ points, and I could be well behind. But if I wildcarded and it kind of didn't come off, I'd be really annoyed at myself because I didn't trust my gut and my initial instinct. So it's always really important just to like listen to yourself. But it's also good to get the thoughts of other people, because it's what FPL is all about. Is at the end of the day, none of us know. We just have opinions. Yeah, that's fair enough, Mr. Knuckles. Again, going back to my point there, if your gut is telling you Calvert-Lewin, don't trust him. Go with someone else. If you think Welbeck's got it in him, go for Welbeck. Hey, Colin, not great. Lots of ways, but only one free transfer. Still have wildcard, bench boost, and free hit. How do I decide what to do? Colin, if your team's only okay for 32, I would wildcard. The reason I'm not is because I really like my team for Game Week 32. Apart from Ekatike, I really like my team. So if you're like meh about your team in 32 and you've only got one free transfer, wildcard. Rice, Dango, Fernandez, Palmer, Silverslide for use. Oh, sorry, Pawandeep. Yeah, you've got a very strong. And remind me who the forwards you're suggesting. Oh, actually, because you're going to. I'm struggling to keep up with everyone's strategies here. Pawandeep, if you're free hitting like me in Game Week 33, don't bring Palmer in unless you already have him. Try and get like Bowen or someone, because he would be way better, because you can play Bowen this week. You can then bring Palmer in on the free hit for the double and then let him go again. And then you've got Bowen again in Game Week 34. Colin, Keller, Virgil, Gabriel, Cash, O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson. Thank you for differentiating the amount of people who write Anderson. And I'm like, which one? Bruno, Wilson, Semenya, Thiago, Bench, Petrovic, Gordon, Creepy Rodon. Chikella is home to Everton. Gabriel. So yeah, don't love Cash. Actually, do you know what? This goes to show how little Villa have been spoken about. Aware Forest. Yeah, don't love Cash. Ellie Anderson's fine because they're at home. Yeah, that's fine. It's not. Bruno good. Wilson away at Liverpool's not great. Semenyo good. Thiago, Ekatike. You've not got Haaland, have you? But you'd free hit. Yeah, Colin, I think. Yeah, I'd say it's slightly better than Met, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So probably, yeah, it is Met. Would you not play Gordon over Wilson? Yeah, Colin, I think that's a real coin toss one, mate. I think you can go either way. I could totally see why you would free hit that team. Actually, you've only got one free transfer, haven't you? Yeah. Colin, I think you should wildcard, my friend. I think you should wildcard, roll as many free transfers as you can so that you're set up for the rest of the season. A wildcard now would sort you for 32, 33, 34. You can then come back to your team in 35, 4 game weeks left, and then just figure it out with free transfers. So that would be my advice. Hey, Finn or Bart, welcome to the channel. I don't think we've met before. Wildcard 32 with all chips and 4 transfers. You're struggling between Bowen or João Pedro this week. I assume you're bench boosting Finn or Bart. If you are, I would go João Pedro. I think Bowen's got great fixtures either side the double, but João Pedro in the double, I'd want him on a bench boost big time. The Pixel Pirate, hello, my friend. What's your opinion on free hit 33, Wildcard 35, triple captain 36, and bench boost 37? I think that is very team dependent. So for context, the Pixel Pirate, this is my team on screen, and I am free hitting 33, probably wildcard either 34 or 35, and then probably bench boost 35 or 36. I don't know what your team is like. I'd say it's probably pretty strong if you are considering a free hit 33. I don't mind that. To be honest, I haven't done a huge amount of analysis on like what. Oh no, 37 is a good bench boost week. Yeah, that was one of the. I remember hearing that, like, I think 35 because Leeds have Burnley at home, and 37 because Arsenal have Burnley. Leeds are at home to Brighton. Man United at home to Forest. Newcastle home to West Ham. Yeah, nice one, Colin. I think that's the best one, mate. Go with that, and I think you'll be happy. I hope you'll be happy. Hope it works out for you, my friend. Yeah, Pixel Pirate. That's really hard to answer without knowing your team context. I think that strategy is fine because I assume that you'll be setting yourself up really nicely. You'll obviously triple captain on Haaland, and then you'll set up a team to bench boost in 37. So, yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. The only thing is, as we push closer and closer to the end of the season, and I'm super conscious of this because I usually would like to get way more bang for my buck out of my wild card, is that stuff starts to get wrapped up very quickly. So I don't think it will happen, but say Arsenal went to the Etihad and they won. You'd say that's the title done. So what does that mean for Arsenal and City assets? Could teams be confirmed relegated by then? Probably Wolves, probably Burnley. I saw a good infographic earlier about, like, on the beach, will some teams be fighting for it? Can kind of get a bit messy towards the end. But that can also mean goals, and it can mean lack of clean sheets. So it is just hard to predict a little bit further out. Hey, Benji Kirk. Welcome to the channel, my friend. On wildcard, would you go Matoma and Hill or Gross and Senesi? I would go Gross and Senesi. Guaranteed minutes. Gross is on set pieces, and Senesi is your DEFCON monster. My team is Raya, Vandenberg, Hill, Gabriel, Virgil, Soboslai, Wilson, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, Thiago Byrne. Yeah, Pixel Pirate, that's a great team. Yeah. So I like me, I can totally see why you would not want to wildcard that team. So yeah, I like your strategy. Personally, to be really honest with you, and this again is something that I'm going back to, is bench boost for me can be great, but it can also be massively restrictive as a chip. Triple captain's great. You just play it when a good player like Erling Haaland or Gabriel has a double game week or a good game week. Wildcard is obviously super powerful, and free hit's really helpful. Bench boost, as we're kind of seeing now, can sometimes force managers, and I've made this mistake in the past, to like basically rip up or change your whole 15 to try and bench boost. Whereas in actual fact, and we saw it in the first half of the season with the bench boost for some folks, is like, if you get to a game week and you're like, oh, I've got like 3 or 4 benching headaches, just play your bench boost. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Is I know, because I create content, I kind of have to say or I can't just say I don't know when I'm going to bench boost. I have to have like an opinion. But to be perfectly honest, whenever it makes sense. So if I free hit 33, probably wildcard 34 or 35. In any of those other game weeks, if my bench looks good, I'll just bench boost. I'll probably try and take make 1 or 2 transfers. I generally wouldn't take hits for a bench boost, and I'd just play it because you never know. I think there was like some weeks the first half of the season when I could have bench boost and my bench would have been like 18 because Rodon was playing away somewhere and he got a goal or something like that. You know, you just never know with bench boost. And I know that the argument would be, well, if you never know, you should play it in double game week because if you've got a bunch of doublers, that makes a lot of sense as well. So just play your bench boost when it feels right would be my advice. No worries, Pixel Pirate. I hope that's helpful. Yeah, exactly. So my free hit next week. So I'll do a video next week with my free hit draft. I'm just going to do 11 doublers. So I think I did a. So my free hit team next week will be very similar to my wildcard team this week. So it would be probably Darlow, Verbruggen, and Sanchez from Chelsea. Not sure which one I'd play. That would be a coin toss. It would be O'Reilly, Strauch from Leeds, and Senesi in defence, probably. My midfield would be Palmer, Semenyo, Gross, and Tavernier. And then my strikers would be Haaland, Joao Pedro, and Calvert-Lewin. And then I'd have 1 or 2 doublers on the bench just in case none of them got minutes. But to be honest, yeah. The team that most people will be wildcarding this week will probably be most of our free hits next week. So pretty much the whole engaged game will have the same team next week. The difference will be who we captain, which will probably be Haaland for everyone, and who has got who's playing the bench boost and who's not. That's basically what the variance will be next week. There'll be a few things around the side, whether you go Minte or Mitoma over Gross, or whether you've gone Calvert-Lewin over Welbeck, or Nunez or Gay over O'Reilly. But generally, I'd say 90% of teams will be the same. And it'll be that spine of triple City, probably double Chelsea, double Bournemouth, double Leeds. Yeah, I think that's it, to be honest. So yeah, the wildcard, the free hit, picks itself, and I'll do a video on that next week. Down deep. Here's my team targeting 3-4-3. Yeah, Becca to Rye, love that. Virgil, Gabriel, Chow to Joof. Yeah, nice. Okay, a lot of upside there. Dango, Fernandez, Soboslai. Oh, you're doing Palmer to Rice. Okay, nice. Haaland, Thiago. And then Bo. Yeah, Power and Deep, that team looks great. Best of luck with 32. I think you'll do really well. And you're very welcome, Pixel Pirate. I'm kind of ranting here, but all right, team, we've got 12 minutes. For anyone who's not either hit like on the stream or is currently not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. It really helps me and really helps my channel. I've just broken into the 500 subs mark, so we're doing really well. Wasn't really sure what to expect when I set this channel up, but it's going really well. So if you find it helpful, hit the like button and hit subscribe as well, please. Appreciate you. Nice, Power and Deep. You're in a great position. Here he is. Dango. All day, mate. Is that even a question? Home to Everton. As you can see from my team on screen, Dango is starting, Wilson is benched. So could have just looked at the graphic. All right, team, we are 10 minutes out from the deadline. I am 99% locked in. I am ever so slightly tempted to transfer Ekitike to Jared Bowen. Any Liverpool fans in the chat, would you happen to share your thoughts on whether you think Ekitike will start against Fulham? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay, Pixel Pirate says he will not start. And do we think Isak starts or do we think Gakpo starts? And is it then just going to become this like striker left wing forward rotation between the three of them? Hey, George F. Think you're new to the stream, mate. Good to meet you. Hey, Roberta. Not sure, but we'll hold still and play. Yeah, like Jared Bowen is in not like he's in fine form. He's not brilliant. Yeah, yeah. I think Bowen's fixtures are really nice, but Bowen himself isn't in particularly red hot form. So it's not like I'm kind of clambering after the man himself necessarily. Yeah, he's in fine form. Or is he? He just gets assists, Bowen. He hasn't actually scored he hasn't scored since game week 24. And he got 2 goals, and then he's got since game week 24 when he scored, these are his points: 2, 5, 4, 7, 4, 6, 2. So he's basically getting assists. He's not getting goals. So whereas like Ekitike, he's got a ceiling. I know he's looking tired, but Gakpo is not the solution. He's too slow. I also have a real issue with Gakpo's technical ability. I feel like he really struggles to. I'll be honest. I don't watch Liverpool much, but from what I've seen of Gakpo, he technically doesn't look brilliant. Last time LFC had 3 games in a short time. He was on the bench 2 in the middle game. Is that this one then? Oh, right, yes, because you're saying you don't think he starts. Space Bear with Soda. What a great name. Welcome to the stream. I don't think we've met before. Hello. Almost same team as yours. Great. Would you take Gyökeres over Bowen if you had a choice? No, I would not. Speaking of players who can't control a football. No, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just I'm an Arsenal fan, and we were talking about players who can't control the football, so that was just very well timed. No, not at all. I'm reading your message perfectly. Space Bear with Soda, I would say Bowen definitely. Havertz is back. Gyökeres played 90 against Sporting. He started at least. He played most of the game. Havertz came on and scored. I wonder if, similar to Connor Ekitike, if Havertz starts and Gyökeres gets a rest. Because I think Bournemouth will be, I think Iraola sets his teams up really well. I think they'll defend very deep. And I think Arteta will probably look to Havertz for his build-up. And then he'll probably look to bring Gyökeres on if the game is stretched. And maybe maybe Arsenal are chasing a goal or they need a goal or something. So yeah, I wouldn't be buying Gyökeres right now. But I do like Bowen, and I am very tempted to buy Bowen. But I just looked at his form, and it's not very good. So I don't think I will. I think I am going to hold. And I think my team is going to stay, as you can see it on the screen here. We have 5 minutes left, team. Are there any other questions? If Andy Thompson is 59555 is still in the chat, which transfers did you end up making earlier out of interest? Got any team leaks? Oh wow, I feel Focus wildcarded. I thought he was same strat as me. Interesting. Darlow, Verbruggen, Van Hecke, O'Reilly, Semenya, Gross, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, Terra. Yeah, like it's very template. People get so mad when they find out what wildcards are the same. Yeah, it literally is like everyone has the same team. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, guys, by the way. Like, I think there's a template for a reason. And I am usually the first to follow that template. I think next week's going to be hilarious because everyone is going to have the exact same team because everyone's either going to have wildcarded those players in this game week or they'll, like me, be free hitting those exact same players in next week. I think it'll just be absolutely crazy. There'll be no variance list. As I said, the variance next week will be whether you've played your bench boost or not. All right, team, we have 3 minutes to go. My ask of anyone who's been on the stream is I hope you found it useful. Smash the like button, and if you've not hit subscribe to FPL Hauly, please hit subscribe. It really helps me and my channel as I get it off the ground. This is my first season. Folklore is afraid I think he acts on how many in the stream are targeting. Let's pause. Yeah, that's an interesting one. And look, don't get me wrong, Focal is, what is he, top 36k? So he's doing a lot better than me this season. But going back to my previous point, I found that when I've conducted polls and I've gone against my bus team or what my gut was telling me and it's not paid off, it's left me feeling really frustrated. Whereas I feel like if you're making a tough decision like I'm doing now, I'm going to write down all my reasoning, or at least this is what's great about these streams, is I have it all recorded and I can remind myself what my decision-making process was. Because like all things in life, FPL is a great reflection of life. We have no control over the outcomes, but we have control of our actions. So my action will be, I'm not going to wildcard. That could completely blow up in my face. And Pascal Strike, who's going to be third on everyone's benches next week on their bench boost, could score a 20-pointer and that could kill my rank. But that's why it's really clear to remind yourself of why you made that decision. So that's why I am quite interested, because this is essentially peer pressure, isn't it? Like you're kind of saying, what's everyone else doing? I'm going to do the same. Because in Oscar's newsletter, he was saying that he was going to free hit 33. So that's quite interesting. Stick to your original decision. There is a reason. Yeah, totally agree, Roberta. And that's what FPL is so fun, right? We all have our hunches. None of us know at the end of the day. None of us have any control. But we just got to go with what we think is going to happen. Yeah, correct. I'm starting. The team as you see it now is locked in. And that's the deadline team. I was too busy ranting, but that is the deadline and it is now passed. I didn't even do my final checks. It's a lot of changes. Okay, so it could go anywhere, but still it feels the same. That's play. Does that mean good luck, have fun? Because if it does, I love that. And couldn't agree more. The two most important things in life: be lucky and have fun while you're lucky. Team, has anyone got any feedback on my hold screen here? I literally put the slide together like 5 minutes before the stream. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail, Roberta. That was a sage piece of advice that I used to give to one of my good friends at university, who was never prepared, and he would quite often fail. I'm just waiting for the FPL Focal raid. That was crazy. If you guys were on the stream a couple of weeks ago, was that 3 weeks ago? Mad. Couldn't believe what happened. It absolutely threw me. I was sitting here with like 7 people on the stream, and then suddenly 500 people showed up. Empty space to your browser and check out for news if possible. Yeah, to be honest, Pamandeep, I put this, it's static, and I put it together in like 10 minutes. So hey, Coasters for Life, how are you, my friend? I need to figure out how to do the empty space thing so I can like have my screen there, but that'll be a question for another day. Good luck, Mr. Knuckles. I hope you're happy with your wildcard draft. Looking forward to seeing how that pans out. Of course, Pixel Pirate, you're very welcome. We're always open to first timers. I hope you come back again. I hope you've hit like, and I hope you hit subscribe. And yeah, you're very welcome back here again. I don't think I'll be able to do a stream again in Game Week 33, but I'll be back for Game Week 34, I think, because I think it goes Saturday and then it's a Friday deadline. But anyway, I try and do as many of these as I can. Why not? That's all right. To be honest, that raid 3 weeks ago did my channel amazingly well, so I appreciate you. Hey, Session Groover. Hey, Roberta. Oh, first time here as well. That's good to hear. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Thank you, Pamandeep. I hope that was helpful, my friend. And yeah, best of luck to you. Great weekend. And yeah, I will look to do my free hit Game Week 33 video early next week. Although I've pretty much told you who my Game Week 33 free hit team will probably be. It will probably be just like my wildcard team was. But yeah, everyone will have all of the same players in Game Week 33, which will be fun. I'm from the UK, Pixel Pirate. Switzerland's a gorgeous country. I've been to Interlaken. That was one of my favorite places in the world. Do you do reaction streams? I enjoy this. What would I be reacting to? Like matches? I don't, but I was actually planning on doing a full stream in Game Week 38 for the last set of fixtures to see how people's... Yeah, no, I've never done that before. This is just a bit of a side hobby, passion thing. So, and I've only been doing it for like, I only started this season, so this is all very new for me. Although I've been playing FPL for 17 seasons. I was thinking about doing a watch-along stream for Game Week 38. I thought that'd be quite fun. Session Groove, such an amazing buddy. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Session Groove. I really appreciate that. I probably won't be live. Unfortunately, the Saturday 11 a.m. deadlines clash with my my son's football, which I coach, so I can't stream Saturday mornings, but so I probably won't be streaming 33, but I'll probably do a stream for 34. Friday evening streams really work for me. So yeah, hopefully have you join live very soon, my friend. All right, team. Not that I expect it every week, but I was kind of wondering if there's going to be another raid. But fair enough if Focal said no more raids. I appreciate all the support he's given my channel so far. Amazing session, group. I appreciate that. Good stuff, team. Well, look, I'll probably wrap it up there, but I'm not going to be able to hang on and do the teams. But best of luck to everyone in Game Week 32, whether you have wildcarded or not, like myself. I think the proof will be kind of next week how the chip strategies have gone. But yeah, should be really interesting. And hit the like button, hit subscribe if you've not done already, because it really supports the channel. And I wish you all a good evening. Yeah, it certainly will be, Roberta. We will see how the weekend pans out. But have a good one, team. Best of luck in Game Week 33. I'll catch you on the next stream. Video will be uploaded probably Monday or Tuesday next week. And then we'll go from there. Good luck, team. Have a great weekend. Ciao for now.